This lesson, we're going to be looking at parallel lines cut by a transversal. When you look at your parallel lines, make sure they have little arrows or they tell you that those lines are parallel. Because when the lines are parallel, those angles that they create when they're cut by the transversal have special relationships. Now this is my transversal, and then the angles that they create are these 8 angles. Let's look at the 3 parts from those parallel lines. We have the exterior angles, we have the interior angles. Now I know sometimes it gets a little confusing on what's interior and what's exterior. So I'm going to show you a way to remember them. So I like to look at these parallel lines as if they were the parts of the hamburger. So those would be those are the buns of the burger. So that would be on the exterior. When you make a burger, the buns are on the exterior. Now, anything inside the burger is all the yummy stuff like the tomato, the lettuce, and the pickles. My favorite. We'll make this a double. All right, so when you're looking at the angles, you always want to base everything off of the transversal, and then we need to identify what your exterior angles are, what your interior angles are. Now, another thing I want to emphasize is the co and the alternate. Whenever you see the prefix co, it means the same. And in this case, we'll be talking about the same side of the transversal. And we see the word alternate. Alternate is opposite, or you switch the sides. So it's on opposite sides of the transversal. So if we're given 2 lines that are parallel, cut by a transversal, the angles that they create, we can use the angle relationships that we learned last week. If you notice, we have 70 degrees here, so the vertical angle is also 70 degrees. And then notice how both of these angles, this angle here and this angle, the 70-degree angle, are on a line, so they create a linear pair. So to find out what that angle is, we do 180 degrees minus 70 degrees, and it'll give us a total of 110 degrees. And if that's 110 degrees, then the angle that is the vertical angle is going to be also 110 degrees. We're to take an image shot of these 4 angles and crop it out and put it on top of these other angles that are formed beneath it. You'll see that both of those are exact. The angles that they create are almost exact, or they are exactly the same. Or you can see that they are exactly the same. So if we were to label these angles, 70, this would be 70 degrees. This would be 110 degrees. This would be also 110 degrees. And this, okay, let's look at by looking at corresponding angles. Notice the word corresponding has the prefix co, which means the same. And as mentioned before, we're talking about the same side of the transversal. So if this is my transversal, we're looking at angles that are on the same side. So I'm going to label my angles with numbers so we can identify them. Now, corresponding angles are angles that are in the same position. So if we look at angle 2 is in the same position as angle 6. So angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Then we have angle 1 and angle 5 are also corresponding angles. Then we have angle 3 and angle 7. And then we have angle 4 and angle 8. Now, if we look at these angle measures, and I'm going to number them the same. If we look at angle 2 and angle 6, they're both 70 degrees. Angle 4 and angle 8 are both 110 degrees. Angle 1 and angle 5 are both 110 degrees. Angle 3 and 7 are both 70 degrees. So when we're looking at corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, let's look at the next pair of corresponding angles. We have alternate exterior. Alternate means opposite. So we're looking at opposite sides of the transversal. This is my transversal. We're looking at opposite sides. And because we're talking about the exterior, remember our hamburger. These are the buns. So we're looking at those angles here. So if I look at this angle, angle 1, Angle 1 on the opposite side on the exterior as well would be angle 8. So angle 1 and angle 8 are both alternate exterior angles. Then we have angle 2, opposite side, angle 7, and they're both on the exterior. So angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. Now, if we look at the relationship of the angles, 2 and 7 are both 70, 1 and 8 are both 110. So we can say that alternate exterior angles are also congruent. Okay, let's look at alternate interior angles. Again, we're basing it off of the transversal. So alternate means opposite sides, and now they're both on the interior. So if we picture our burger, we're looking at these four angles here. So if I start with angle 3, if it's on the alternate side, on the inside, that would be angle 6. So angle 3 and angle 6 are opposite interior angles. Then we can look at angle 4 and angle 5 are both also on the alternate sides of the transversal, and they're both on the inside. So angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. Now if we look at the relationship here, angle 3 and angle 6, they're both 70 degrees. Angle 4 and angle 10 are both, 4 and 5 are both 110 degrees. So alternate interior angles are congruent. And now we're going to look at same side interior. Now same side is same side of the transversal, both on the inside. So if I look at angle 4, that's an angle on the inside. If there was another angle on the inside that was on the same side, we would look at angle 6. So angle 4 and angle 6 are same side interior. Then we look at angle 3 and angle 5. They're on the same side of the transversal and they're both on the interior, so they are same side interior angles. Now, if we look at the relationship, angle 4 and angle 6, they're not congruent. They actually add up to 180 degrees. And the same with angle 3 and angle 5. They both add up to 180 degrees. So if they both add up to 180 degrees, these are supplementary angles. And when we know that angles are supplementary, that means that they add up to 180 degrees. And now we have same side exterior angles. And again, same side of the transversal, but now we're looking at the outside on the exterior. So if I start with angle 2, since angle 2 is on the exterior, the angle that's on the same side also on the exterior would be angle 8. So angle 2 and angle 8 are same side exterior. Then let's look at angle 1. Angle 1 is on the exterior, and the angle on the same side also on the exterior will be angle 7. So angle 1 and angle 7 are both same side interior angles. And if we look at their relationship, angle 1 and angle 7 also add up to 180 degrees. Angle 2 and angle 8 also add up to 180 degrees. So because we have angles that add up to 180 degrees, then we have supplementary angles. So then we can say that same side exterior angles are supplementary angles. And if they're supplementary, that means that they're equal to 180 degrees. So to recap, we've got corresponding angles are congruent, alternate exterior angles are congruent, alternate interior angles are congruent. So all of the angles are congruent except for the ones that start with same side. So just like one of my friends told me, same side supplementary. So if there's the words same side in the word, then we know that they are supplementary. Same side supplementary. Every other angle pair is congruent. So we're going to do an example. So if we're given one of the measures like this, we look at angle 1, and angle 1 is 108 degrees because it's vertical angles to 108 degrees. That would be my justification for that measurement. Vertical angles. And then measure 2, because angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair, then we can say that if we subtract 180 minus 108, we get 72 degrees, and angle 2 is 72 degrees because it's a linear pair with angle 1. Then we look at angle 3. Angle 3 and angle 2 are vertical angles, so we know angle 3 is 72. We look at angle 4. Angle 4 is corresponding to angle 1. So angle 4 is 180 degrees. I'm sorry, 108 degrees because it's corresponding angle 1. And then if we look at angle 5 and angle 3 are also corresponding, and angle 3 is 72 degrees. Please keep in mind that you can use any justification that is allowed. For example, if you had angle 5 with this 108 degrees, you could have also said that these are same side interior angles. And we know that same side interior angles equal to 180 degrees because they're supplementary. And you would do the subtraction as well. And that's where you would get a 72 degrees as well. So if we go with angle number 6, so angle 6 and angle 4 are vertical angles, and angle 4 is 108 degrees. Therefore, angle 6 is also 108 degrees because they are vertical angles.